guys, today we're talking about your business goals, how to set them, and more importantly, how to bring them home and check them off to make this the year you totally crush it. I put together a workbook to go along with this video, so be sure to grab that below. It's free, and we'll go ahead and dive right in. Now, I know a lot of people might have a sort of love-hate relationship when it comes to goal setting. We love the idea of a new year, a fresh start, full of possibilities. But when December rolls around, it might feel a little bit like deja vu. We dust off that old notebook that's been sitting in the closet, and it might even start to feel like, is it even worth it to set goals? So what are we gonna do different this year? We're gonna keep it simple, fun, and actionable, and I've broken it down into 5 key steps. Step number 1, review and reflect. We know it's a good idea to look backwards before looking forward, but a lot of times our initial tendency is to focus on all the things that didn't go how we planned. But instead, I want you to think about what went amazing from this past year. Write down all your successes, whether they're big or whether they're small, and allow yourself to really internalize them and feel amazing about what went great. After you've done this, then you can identify where you struggled or what didn't go quite as you had hoped. And then finally, what can we take from that and learn from that to do differently in the year ahead? So the key here is really just to kind of take on an observer sort of role, not really beat ourselves up too much, but more take a glance back at the past to see where we can make those really important adjustments for the future. Number 2, dream big. If you found yourself in the past not really motivated to accomplish your goals, maybe you're just not dreaming big enough. One of the key motivators is having goals that get us really excited and fired up. So for this next step, I want you to list out all the things that could make this year the best year ever. Allow yourself to just dream a little bit here and think about anything that can make this year amazing. But before you do, we're gonna up our mood a little bit and kind of get into a peak state. Go outside, take a walk or a jog, get those juices flowing, come back in, put on some of your favorite music, whatever it takes to kind of get into a happy mood and get in your zone. And when you're there, you're gonna set a 15-minute timer and just write. So kind of a bonus tip here is to keep it positive. Write them in a positive way, and in addition to that, add in positive clarifying words that will jazz them up a bit and make the goals really fun and exciting. Number 3, the big 3. My fiance Jason and I came up with this idea years ago while having so many different competing goals and trying to find focus. The problem with having so many different goals is you can often get overwhelmed before you even start, and also will lack that intense focus that really helps when tackling your biggest goals. So your job now, go through that big list you made and select the 3 goals that excite you the most. Which ones will make the biggest impact in your life or career? Which one scares you a little even? And which one can, even if it's a stretch, you accomplish entirely or a large phase of in the next 3 months? Now, this is often the hardest part, at least for me, I know it is, narrowing down on all these great ideas. But by doing this, you're gonna have the confidence and fulfillment of knowing you're working on the right things, rather than feeling split-focused, trying to work on so many different things at once. Number 4, break it down. These next 2 steps are probably the most important of all because they're the how of how we're gonna take these amazing goals we've set for ourselves and build them into a concrete reality. The first trick to accomplishing a goal is to start thinking of it like a project. Any goal or project can be broken down into smaller, bite-sized, actionable steps. The first thing we're gonna do is take that goal, break it down into milestones. These are the 3 to 5 big things that need to happen to check off that goal and mark it as done. After you have your milestones, break it down a little bit further into those bite-sized action steps. These are the 10 to 25-minute tasks that you'll be able to start incorporating every day in your business. For every goal you have, I'm gonna have you break it down into the next 5 to 10 action steps that you need to take to drive it forward. That way you can start incorporating them right away. Now, this might start to feel like, wow, girl, this is a lot of steps. And I'm telling you, it's actually really super simple to implement. And also, if you grab that workbook, I promise you, it'll really help. All right, guys, we're here. You've got your goals. You've broken them down into the major milestones and action steps you need to take. So what's next? You need to make space for them in your calendar. So to do this, we're breaking them down into 3-month chunks. Why 3 months? A year is really just too long. It's good to have a big picture plan, but instead of setting your goals for the year, I suggest breaking them down into quarters or 3-month chunks. This is long enough that you have that time frame to really make some big things happen in your business while not being so long that you lose focus or motivation. Also, if you're like me, even in 3 months, you might have a different idea of what you should be doing in your business. By planning things in these 3-month increments, you can review and adjust as you go throughout your year. So here's your homework. Set a date on the calendar that you're gonna be finished with this quarter's goals. Checked off and done. And then next, set another date on the calendar to start this process all over again of review and planning for the next quarter's goals. When you do this, you can even make a weekend of it and make it kind of fun. Jace and I love going to Hermosa Beach or somewhere where we can just kind of chill and relax and reflect on the last few months and reset our goals and our focus going forward for the next quarter. By doing things this way, you'd be amazed at how much you can accomplish in a year. Finally, the last and perhaps most important step, plan some time to look back on the past week. Whether that be a Friday night or a Sunday morning, sit down, look at your big goals and your milestones and your action steps and kind of have a little review, see how you did this last week, reflect on anything that can be adjusted to do better or do differently, and then using your action steps as your guide, pre-plan the week ahead. Key here is just staying flexible, not getting down on yourself, but constantly be making that movement forward. And by doing this, you'll always have those goals top of mind so that you can make action towards them every single week. Goals can be super inspiring when we set them, or sometimes a little deflating when we don't hit them. But what if this could be your year? What if this is the year that you just go out and crush those crazy dreams and goals of yours? That's what my hope is for you guys. Make those goals a reality. Really kill it this year. Be sure to grab the workbook. I hope you enjoy this video. Share it with a friend. As always, I appreciate the likes and subscribes. I'll see you guys next video.